Alright, let's dive into something that's been bubbling under the surface of global football, and trust me, it's a lot more fascinating than it might seem at first glance. Here's the deal. Gianni Infantino's opponents are quietly building something big. Not just a protest, but a whole new framework for how world football could be run. And personally, I think this is one of the most intriguing power plays we've seen in sports governance in years. What makes this really interesting is the unity among Infantino's critics. You've got UEFA, Concacaf, and the Asian Football Confederation, three major players, teaming up to challenge the status quo. Now, these aren't just random groups, they represent some of the most influential regions in global football. So when they say FIFA's system under Infantino feels like a patronage network, it's worth listening. But here's the kicker, they're not just complaining. They're actually drafting a policy document to show how FIFA could evolve. That's not just rebellion, that's vision. From my perspective, this isn't just about Infantino's leadership style. It's about a deeper question. What should FIFA's role really be in the 21st century? Is it a global regulator, a financial distributor, or a commercial powerhouse? These confederations are asking existential questions, and that's bold. For instance, they're looking at how FIFA's $5 billion reserves could be better allocated. That's not just about money, it's about equity, development, and the future of the sport. One thing that immediately stands out is the timing. Infantino's plan to sell off 21% of the World Cup has been the final straw for many. But what many people don't realize is that this isn't just about that one decision. It's about a pattern of leadership that's been criticized for years. UEFA's threat to boycott the Under-20 Women's World Cup? That's not just posturing, it's a symbol of how deep the frustration runs. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be a turning point for global sports governance. If Infantino refuses to engage, this new framework could become the platform for a challenger in next year's presidential election. Or, and this is where it gets really wild, it could even lead to a breakaway organization. Imagine a parallel football governing body. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But it's not out of the question. A detail I find fascinating is the role of Victor Montagliani, the Concacaf president. He's being positioned as the most likely challenger to Infantino, but he's playing it cool, focusing on his re-election within Concacaf. Still, his speech at the FIFA Congress earlier this year, "Leadership is not about power," feels like a direct shot at Infantino. And the fact that this line echoed in the joint statement from UEFA, Concacaf, and the AFC? That's not a coincidence. What this really suggests is that Infantino's opponents aren't just reacting, they're strategizing. They're not just criticizing, they're proposing alternatives. And that's what makes this moment so significant. It's not just about who's in charge, it's about what kind of football we want to see in the future. So, here's my closing thought. This isn't just a power struggle. It's a debate about the soul of football. Will it remain a sport driven by commercial interests and political patronage, or will it evolve into something more equitable and transparent? Personally, I think the next few months are going to be pivotal. And if you're a football fan, you should be paying attention. Because this isn't just about FIFA, it's about the future of the beautiful game.